Coming up on Fulton today, county water and sewer customers will be getting a break on their bills. Find out when and by how much. And the sheriff's office takes steps to help reduce the population of mentally ill inmates at the county jail. We'll tell you how. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everyone. I'm Yvette Jones in for Shania Chavis. County water and sewer customers get a bit of good news for the new year. Starting next month, customers will be paying the lowest rates in the metro Atlanta area thanks to a rate reduction approved by the Board of Commissioners. Here now with all the details is Jennifer McLaurin with the Public Works Water Services Department. Welcome to Fulton Today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, on average, how much will residents save per month?
On average, a customer that uses 6,000 gallons per month, they'll save about $25 per year.
So who does this reduced rate affect?
This will affect our retail customers that receive water and sewer, water only, and sewer only. So unincorporated Fulton, about 18% of Roswell and Sandy Springs, it would affect their sewer rate. They receive their water from City of Atlanta. Also, their water and sewer rate would be affected for North Fulton, and then areas in Milton County that only receive water, it will affect that rate because they're either on well or on septic.
And exactly when, Jennifer, does the new rate go into effect?
The new rates will go into effect February 1st, 2013.
Any final comments?
In the metropolitan Atlanta area, Fulton County has the lowest water and combined sewer rates. For our industrial and commercial users, that can really add up to a lot of savings per year.
Great news indeed. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Again, the new rate starts February 1st. The police department is adding to its ranks. Classes started last week for new recruits.
In general, of course, we look for folks that have a lot of integrity, those that are physically able to do the job, and those that have an attitude of public service.
All certified law enforcement officer candidates must complete basic police academy training. That includes successful completion of courses on the emergency vehicle operations, Georgia criminal and traffic law defensive tactics, and crime scene preservation. They must also undergo weekly evaluations.
Basic law enforcement training session is 11 weeks. A lot of times that's followed up by field training, which is another 12 weeks. So it may be several months until the officers are actually on the street by themselves.
Last month, 5 new Fulton County Police Department cadets graduated from the Public Safety Training Center after completing 408 hours of training and certification. Sheriff Theodore Ted Jackson is back on the job. The chief law enforcement officer in the county has been officially sworn in for another 4 years. Fulton County probate judge Pinky Toomer administered the oath of office last month. Sheriff Jackson oversees court security and the operations of the county jail and highlighted some of the success of his first term.
The past 4 years, we've been involved with, first of all, building morale in the office. And we had some serious issues concerning us, the main one being a consent decree with the federal court. We're in 95% compliance with the consent decree. We only have a few items left. The Board of Commissioners voted for the locks. That's one of 3 items that were left. And then we have to work on staffing and long-term population solution.
Sheriff Jackson's plans for the next 4 years include putting a state-of-the-art security command center inside the courthouse, enhancing youth intervention and reentry programs, and eliminating recidivism. A 33-year veteran of the FBI, Sheriff Jackson was appointed interim sheriff in 2004 and elected to his first term in 2008. Now, there are about 2,400 inmates at the county jail, and about 40% of them suffer from some type of mental illness. Now, the sheriff has set up a unit inside the jail to treat the mentally ill and help ease overcrowding. Here now to tell us about the program is George Herron. He is the health program manager at the county jail. Welcome to Fulton Today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
First, let's talk about the problem of mentally ill inmates at the county jail. Are many of them incompetent to stand trial?
Yes, that is a problem at the Fulton County Jail. Managing mentally ill inmates is very challenging. It requires many resources and a lot of attention that wouldn't ordinarily be provided by the officers. Some inmates are mentally ill to the point that they are not able to stand trial.
Okay, so tell me about this program and why it was started.
Well, the program was started in order to help address the problem of lengthy stays of mentally ill inmates in the jail. The program is a collaboration between Emory University, Fulton County Sheriff's Office, and the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health. The funding for the program is provided primarily by the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health. What we found is that treating inmates here at the jail is more cost effective than sending them to the hospital for treatment.
So how has it been going so far?
So far, we think the program has been very successful. To date, 139 inmates suffering from mental illnesses have gone through the program, been treated with medications, such to the point that they are able to return to general population and to continue on to trial.
Any final comments?
The program is young. We started in 2010 in the fall. We've done some really good things, and we hope to expand the program as we move forward and reduce the percentage of mentally ill inmates in the Fulton County Jail.
George Heron, Health Program Manager at the County Jail. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks again for having me.
Residents in Southwest Atlanta prepare for the opening of a new grocery store in their neighborhood. We'll tell you all about it and much more in our district by district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Fulton County's global youth leadership ambassadors give local families a view of the world, and seniors catch up on new advances in technology. Here's this week's district by district coverage.
We begin in District 1 with the Global Youth Leadership Ambassadors. The youngsters team up with Fulton County shelters to give families a chance to explore the world without leaving the county. The history and lifestyles of Brazil, China, South Africa, Germany, and Turkey were put on display at the Southwest Arts Center. Visitors became educated on the culture of each country by sampling different types of foods.
They will learn the different culture, education, history, and background of each country.
The families were given passports to get stamped as they made stops at each location.
I love this program, and what this program is really doing is reaching out to the community in ways that most programs couldn't, and I love it. It gives me a chance to give back to my community.
The Global Youth Leadership Program was created in 2008 by Chairman Eves to empower young people to become competitive in the global economy. In District 5, seniors get exposed to a new world of technology at the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Multipurpose Facility.
Hit the microphone and speak into it, something that you probably want to type.
The AT&T Reconnect Tour teaches participants the benefits of using mobile technology like smartphones, iPhones, and iPads.
We think that seniors are a great demographic to go to because sometimes it's a little unnatural to get used to technology, and we want to let them know that it's fun to use, it's easy to use, and that you can connect with your loved ones and have a great time doing it. We have a wide range of seniors, some that have never sent a text message before, and some that are asking us how to put Facebook on their iPhone.
I'm actually learning some new things about the smartphone and how when you start texting, it thinks about what you're going to say and it put the words up in the headline, and you can just choose the word that you want instead of continuing to type. Now this is definitely smart because I never had a phone that wanted to think about what I want to say before I say it.
Texting and accessing the internet are some of the skills that the seniors learned. The AT&T Reconnect Tour covered 15 cities, starting in Minneapolis and ending in Atlanta. In District 6, the highly anticipated new Walmart Supercenter in Vine City will open its doors to the community next week. The 75,000 square foot facility replaces the Publix grocery store that occupied the space before. The new addition will provide over 100 jobs to the area.
Anytime we're creating jobs for the community, anytime that we are providing fresh fruits and vegetables and goods and services to a community, it makes a community stronger.
Business leaders hope the new addition will boost economic growth in the area.
There is also a focus on building a development, economic development strategy here in this community. There's the potential of the old Pascal's Hotel across the street. There's the potential to redevelop that property. And you know, in neighborhoods like this, you have a lot of gems. And I would think that there are a lot of small business entrepreneurs in this community that this facility will help to grow.
A groundbreaking for the new business took place in the spring of last year. Fulton County commissioners and city officials attended the event to show their support. Another Walmart is in the process of being built on Cascade Road in Atlanta. And finally, in District 7, youngsters learned new skills at the South Fulton Mini Youth Conference. Bullying, maintaining healthy relationships, and avoiding youthful mistakes were some of the topics discussed during the event.
Programs like we had with the youth, the conference, allow youth to come up, talk about situations, and allow us to hear from them. We take note, we hear, and we fashion our programs around what is needed by them. We have to continue to shut up sometime and listen to what they have to say.
There were separate sessions for parents and caregivers. This group learned about cyberbullying, education, and college readiness.
Well, the young people walked away with actual tactics and skills to address a bully, to prevent being involved in a gang or gang activities overall.
The county's Department of Children and Youth created the event to empower young people. The conference was planned by parents, caregivers, and young adults. With this week's district-by-district coverage, I'm Darrell Peak.
Thank you very much. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. When we come back, how to protect yourself in this year's early and fast-moving flu season. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
A warning to protect yourself against the flu tops this week's Common Ground report. The CDC says this winter's flu season is shaping up to be quite severe. Medical Director Matthew McKenna with Health Services is here to explain why. Welcome to Fulton Today, Dr. McKenna.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Why are officials at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention saying this will be a tough flu season?
Well, the CDC, in cooperation with local public health departments in the state, measure activity of influenza every season. And this year we've seen numbers of cases and increases earlier than has ever been seen in about the past 10 years. So seeing that number of cases is a cause for concern and leads us to believe that this is going to be a particularly tough flu season.
So what's the take on this year's batch of vaccine? How effective is it?
Every year the flu vaccine contains potent antigens against 3 different strains of the flu. And this year, the strains of flu we're seeing match up very well with the vaccine. So we anticipate that people who get vaccinated should be protected at least 70% of the time. The other thing I like to emphasize is the more people around you, including your family members, that can get vaccinated, that even helps improve your protection because it sort of creates a cover for you. And lastly, even if it doesn't completely prevent you from getting the flu people get when they've been vaccinated is usually much milder than if they haven't been vaccinated.
Now, of course, we know flu shots are dispensed as early as October. Is it too late to get one now?
We started actually in Fulton County giving out flu vaccines in September this year. And with the amount of activity we're seeing and the number of cases, we're still encouraging people to get vaccinated. We anticipate, it takes about 2 weeks for the vaccine to work, and we anticipate that this season is going to stretch well into March or April. So it's still very worthwhile for people to continue to get vaccinated through those periods of time.
Now, how easy is it to get a flu shot at any of our health centers?
6 of our health centers, all the way from the North Fulton Regional Health Center down to College Park, are open from 8:30 to 4 o'clock every weekday to provide people flu vaccine. And we have plenty of vaccine. We're nowhere near running out, so if you need one, come down to see us.
And how much does that flu shot cost, Dr. McKenna?
The flu shot charge is $25, but we accept insurance, including Medicaid, Blue Cross, and there's a sliding fee scale as well based on income. We do want to emphasize, if you want any information about where to obtain the flu vaccine, you can call 404-612-1211 or visit our website at fultoncountygahealth.org.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
The Fulton Health Services is offering flu shots at each of our 8 health centers across the county. Some clinics are open as late as 7 p.m. Go online to www.fultoncountygahealth.org or call the main number. That's 404-612-1211 to find a clinic near you. Along with getting a flu shot, many want to take off the extra weight they may be carrying. It is estimated there are 1.5 billion overweight people in the world. Here in the U.S., we spend $60 billion a year on weight loss and diet control products. FGTV's fitness guru, Jewel Peterson, reinforces what you already know. It's about diet and exercise. Here are some tips.
The best way to get an exercise routine going is to think about the things that you like to do. Now, you may like to run, you may like to swim, you may like to jog, you may like to dance, you may like to skate. Those are all things that you can do to help lose weight, to help burn calories, and to help maintain a healthy weight.
Boost your immune system by eating green leafy vegetables and eat smaller proportions.
Well, studies show that when you combine diet and exercise, you're 3 times more likely to maintain a healthy weight. So you want to make sure that you combine both. When you make decisions and decide to eat healthier, which means eating a sweet potato, which means eating brown rice, which means eating grilled chicken instead of that favorite fried chicken you may like to eat. When you make those types of decisions, you are helping yourself maintain a healthier weight, and you're also decreasing your chances for high blood pressure, for obesity, even high cholesterol.
And exercise, whether you like it or not.
The best way to stay motivated is to make sure you're doing things that you like to do, like running or jogging or dancing or skating. Or you can also get a buddy. Call somebody and ask them to come out and run with you. Call somebody and ask them to come out and play tennis with you. But then that way you're not doing things by yourself. You don't feel alone. A lot of times we lose our motivation because we feel like we're by ourselves in this thing. But you're not. You call a friend. If you have a dog, take your dog out for a walk, and that is your way of exercising. So make sure you're doing those things. Also, you might want to ask somebody to help you stay accountable. If you can't get somebody to come with you, designate someone that you can call every day and say, hey, I went out and I did this, or I ate this. And that will help you stay motivated.
Watch Jewel's Fitness Show right here on FGTV at 5:30 and 8:30 each morning. And contact any of our health centers for medical help with losing weight. Again, the main number is 404-612-1211 or visit fultoncountygahealth.org. January is the month we remind women and older girls to have a pap smear examination. January is Cervical Health Month, a time to take note of the fact that cervical cancer is the 12th most common cancer that afflicts women in our state. And with routine screening and vaccines, it is entirely preventable. The CDC recommends women get annual pap smears beginning at age 21.
After 21, if she's received 3 consecutive normal pap smears, then she can then go to receive pap smear screenings every 3 years.
It also recommends that girls and women between the ages of 11 and 26 get the HPV or human papilloma virus vaccine.
CDC recommends that preteens, girls and boys between the ages of 11 and 12 receive the HPV vaccination. Here at the Health Department, Fulton County Department of Health and Wellness, the HPV vaccination that we have is called Gardasil. We also offer the vaccination to girls as young as 9 years of age. Women as old as 26 years of age can also receive the vaccination, and men up to the age of 21 can receive the vaccination.
You can get a pap smear or the HPV vaccine at any of the county's women's health clinics. Fees for the exams are on a sliding scale. Health Services will direct you to a nearby women's clinic if you call 404-612-1211. Still to come on Fulton Today, putting a stop to bullying and name-calling.
Watching Fulton Today.
Sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will break our spirits. That line is from the novel The Misfits, written by James Howe, and the inspiration behind No Name Calling Week. The week is being celebrated from January 21st through the 25th at the Buckhead Library, along with schools and communities all across the country. In Fulton County, Buckhead librarians hope that the week will inspire adults and children to think twice before they call someone a bad name.
We're all different, and we all need to realize that and accept each other and not point fingers at each other.
During No Name Calling Week, library patrons can view an anti-bullying display. The Misfits and other books about ending bullying are available at any of the county libraries. Visit the website on the screen to find a neighborhood branch near you. And finally, a family trip that's easy on the wallet. Fulton Free Saturdays happens on the first Saturday of every month at the High Museum. All Fulton County residents can attend as part of a partnership with the Fulton County Arts Council. Residents just need to bring a driver's license, utility bill, or a student ID from a Fulton County school.
On view right now, but closing January 20th, is our partnership with the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. We call it Fast Forward Modern Moments, 1913 to 2013. So it's 100 years of modern art. It's a wonderful opportunity. If you don't get to New York very often, to see some of the greatest modern art really in the world.
The next Fulton Free Saturday happens on February 2nd. Feel free to visit the High Museum's website to check out new and upcoming exhibits. Before we go, our reminder that we want to hear from you about stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or you can also email or call us. The number is 404-612-8317. And the email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV. Friend us on Facebook and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Yvette Jones in for Shania Chavis. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.